Welcome to Messy Bun Sisters Podcast.
I'm Alyssa.
And I'm Lauren. And this is episode 28.
I forgot. Yeah, 28.
Episode 28. We did it, guys. We've done 28 episodes. We never thought we would do that many.
That's so crazy.
Yeah.
It just felt like yesterday when we started.
Yeah, I mean, this sister podcast is doing well. We're getting the bags.
Yeah, the Patreon's really paying off. How was your week?
That's pretty good.
Yeah?
Pretty chill.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How's Favor?
It's great. Business is booming.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's cool.
How's the hair cutting industry?
I just have some clients that are... yeah.
Well, anyways. So, we'll do review of the week.
Yeah.
All right. So this week's review of the week is from Smora812. It says, this morning while driving the kids to school, your podcast came on since it was the last thing I listened to last night. The kids started laughing in the back and says, these girls are funny. We should listen to this tomorrow on the way to school. Thank you for being funny and allowing a change to our morning routine. P.S. When you said, I'm a Lauren, Lex said, Lauren, I know her. You may have a new fangirl on your hands.
Aww.
Aww.
So sweet. I love reviews.
Yeah. If you guys want to be featured on the review of the week, just leave a comment on our podcast, wherever you listen to podcasts. Or YouTube, yeah. Honestly, any of the social medias work.
Yeah. You want to do a news story?
Yeah.
Cool. So, have you heard about the Jussie Smollett case?
I have not. I know nothing about that. I mean, I've seen some stuff on TV, but I haven't been following any of it.
It is insane. So it got real. So as you know, it first came out that he was faking the whole thing, right? Mm-hmm. Well, this week, all charges have been dropped.
What were his charges?
I think it was like a bunch of felony charges for faking a hate crime.
Wait, is that the guy that he paid some dudes to beat him up or something with a check?
Yeah. So I guess what was going to happen was they wanted to charge him with faking this hate crime, and then the defense attorney was like, well, those guys still beat him up, and they were the racist Trump supporters. And now all of a sudden, out of the blue, it was dismissed.
He's got a lot of money.
No, it was $10,000.
That's what he paid the dudes to fake beat him up, though, right?
No, he paid him like $3,000. And then the way that they dropped all the charges was they're like, okay, release a $10,000 bond and 2 days of community service.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty lame.
Corrupt. But yeah, so this week we're talking about conspiracies, which is that's a really good segue for this whole news thing.
Yeah.
So have you ever heard of the Mandela Effect? Mandela Effect?
Mandela, yes. Like Nelson Mandela?
Yeah. So I guess you lead it?
Oh.
What?
Hey, what's up?
What's going on?
What are you guys doing?
What the heck do you think you're doing?
We were just setting everything up and getting it ready for you guys.
Oh my gosh.
It's ready for you guys.
Do you know these people?
All right, well.
Dang it. This happens every week.
Maybe next week.
April Fools.
That was funny.
Oh my god. Told ya.
It is kind of weird not doing the intro. Maybe we should just make them do the intro the whole
Every
time.
time now.
You're
Seem to
hired.
Really enjoyed it.
But
Welcome to Messy Van Sister Podcast.
blah 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 blah.
That's what we should have done. We should have just like had our own language and pretended like people could understand us.
It's too hard.
Huh?
That was too hard.
Yeah. I think
People are gonna think we're speaking in tongues.
Okay.
Anyway, we are talking about the Mandela Effect, so they did get one thing correct.
I didn't hear them even say that.
You didn't? No, they
No.
were talking about it. Yeah, so we're talking about one of my favorite things, the Mandela Effect.
Conspiracy theories.
Well, just this one in particular. Eventually, we're going to have our official, unofficial conspiracy theory expert on the pod named Renee Hernandez.
Ooh.
He's our unofficial, official. Wait, official, unofficial. Either way, he knows a lot.
Why can't he just be our official?
Because he's not really like official,
Oh, got it. Like he's not an expert, but almost.
maybe.
Okay.
Anyway, so what do you know about the Mandela Effect, Alyssa?
I know nothing.
But you have to know something.
Okay, I do. I know that it means that there was a guy named Nelson Mandela and that a big group of people have this memory of him dying in prison.
Right?
And when in reality, we all know that he did not die until recently.
Yeah, I think like 2013.
Yeah. So there's all these different things that have happened in the world that a large group of people remember happening one way. And in this reality, it did not happen that way, or it doesn't look that way, or people's memories are wrong or whatever. So
Different. So it actually came from a lady named Fiona Broome. And she was the one who kind of figured out about like that's why she named it after Mandela's, because a lot of people believed that it was that he died, like you said, in like the 80s or 90s or whatever. And said, I think he died in 2013. Let me see.
I think it was sooner than, like more recently than that. I think it was like 2016 or something, but
Wait, maybe you're right. He died. What if it said here 1998?
we'd be like, dun, dun.
He died in 2013. I was right.
Oh, wow. I was wrong.
Yeah.
My memory. But see, this is why I'm like, I get it, like about, it's a whole conspiracy thing, but our memories fail us.
But it's
all
like
the time.
a lot, like hundreds of thousands of
Have
people
the same memory.
And also, I didn't look it up, but I probably should, and I'll put it. Oh, we launched a website.
Yeah.
and we have like blogs and stuff in there, kind of. Alyssa needs to
I'll
add.
need to start blogging.
She needs to add to her mom tips blog. It says coming soon.
I need a laptop.
You don't have
So
one?
again, my Venmo account is
Anyway, so
Alyssa
the reason why I bring
Dash.
that up is because things that like we can like fact check and stuff, we'll put that on the blog on our website.
cool.
So there is a documentation, like a book or something that said when Nelson Mandela died in 1993. So there's like documents and people remembering his funeral. Like,
That's so crazy.
right? That's what I'm saying. So even though, yes, you say that it's memory, but
Like some things I think are memory, like that are like, oh, this is the Mandela effect. Like some things I think are memory, and then
Yeah.
other things I think could
that's weird.
possibly be, yeah.
so I'm watching the OA season 2, which it took
my
3
gosh.
years for that season.
Did they
to come
say why?
I don't think so. I think it just took forever. But it's such a weird show. I can't even think of a genre.
About like different, it's sci-fi.
You think so?
Yes. It's science fiction. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's talking about time travel and
There's no time travel. It's
dimension travels.
dimension travel. But I don't know. Like
You think that is
maybe,
possible?
and that's what the whole like Nelson Mandela. A lot of people believe the Nelson Mandela effect is about, is two different like dimensions or parallel universes, kind of sort of like some very similar universes, just kind of like synced. And that's why some people remember something and some people remember another thing.
Yeah.
So that's what. Wake up.
Sorry. I was trying to hone in my other dimension.
You're trying to like
Alyssa.
from another
Nope.
dimension.
She didn't hear me.
No. Maybe she did. You don't know.
That is so weird.
Anyway, so and I know that sounds like really crazy and psycho, but so
It could happen.
well, this is how. Like I
Don't put Jesus in a box.
yeah.
He could have driven a car.
Inside joke for everybody who's
Sorry.
listening. So this is kind of where I know we can kind of get like weird and like to like dimensional things, but there's kind of, I don't want to say proof, but this is why a lot of people think. Let me pull this up. Hang on, stand by. There you go. This is why a lot of people think that this interdimensional thing is legitimate or how it could happen. There is a company, or I don't even know what to call it, a organization that's in Sweden, and it's called CERN.
I've never heard of this.
You've never heard of CERN?
No.
Okay, I'm about to educate you.
Okay.
Okay, so CERN is I don't even know what to call it. It's an organization, a company, whatever, that is in Sweden that is it's like funded by a lot of like different governments, but it's like to do research, like scientific research.
Okay.
So this is from their website. It says at CERN, we probe the fundamental structure of particles that make up everything around us. We do so using the world's largest and most complex scientific instruments.
Okay.
So it says physics and engineers at CERN use the world's the world's largest and most complex scientific instruments to study the basic constituents of matter. Fundamental particles and subatomic particles are made to collide together close to the speed of light. This process gives us clues about how particles interact and provides insights into fundamental laws of nature. We want to advance boundaries of human knowledge by delving into the smallest building blocks of the universe. So basically what they're doing is colliding particles together at almost the speed of light.
Yeah.
To see like what
It does.
what makes up our universe. And they and if you look at some of their website, if you kind of take a deep dive,
What does CERN stand for?
this says an intergovernmental meeting of UNESCO in Paris, December 51, the first resolution concerning the establishment of European Council of Nuclear Research. So, it's in French. Council Européen pour la something nuclear. So it's French.
Oh, okay.
It's an acronym for something in French.
Okay.
Anyway, let's see.
So is there any like big things that have come from them?
Yeah, so a lot of things that
Myself in the face. Sorry.
so what they have been doing is what they have published that they have done is created like little tiny wormholes. Yeah,
What?
by colliding these particles, like they're trying to find the God particle, which is like, they're trying to create like a mini Big Bang and mini black holes. They're trying to do that too.
Right.
So they have started to create these mini black holes, but what stuff
Wormholes.
Wormholes, yeah. But I guess they just can't survive, so they collapse. So it's like for a second, these wormholes create and they collapse. So that's like legitimate stuff. Yeah, so that's like legitimate stuff that they have created and they have published and they have said that they've done it. But I mean, at the same time, listen, this is getting on in the conspiracy side. It's like, yeah, like you probably have done that and they have, but what if they have just created it? What if they have created it on a larger scale, but they don't want to tell
Scare people.
Yeah, or like have
Mass
people
panic.
panic and freak out, and then maybe they become unfunded or whatever. But they could be. I mean, who knows what these?
Or maybe it's doing something that they don't have, like, you know what I mean? Like, so maybe they're doing something and then they don't realize that they're doing something else. See what I'm saying?
Yeah. There's this
So
machine.
it's like maybe something happened and then the Mandela effect happened, but they don't realize it because they can't like pull people and say like, oh, this is for scientific. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So yeah, they could do that because maybe they don't know. It's like
They don't know the effects really of what they're doing.
and what they're doing is creating the Mandela effect.
Whoa.
So, maybe. Yeah, this is all speculation, but it's interesting if you go to the CERN website. Oh, a lot of other people say that their website or their logo looks like 3 6s. 666. You see their logo?
Oh, evil.
See 666. Anyway, it's just a really interesting
That's
thing.
creepy. That's
Yeah.
like, ugh.
And they've been around since like the 50s. It's a lot of
When did Mandela die in people's
like
memory?
in the 90s or 80s.
No, in their memory, the 80s.
It's either the 80s or the 90s. Anyway, so there's a lot of like really weird things going on at CERN. But I mean,
This is like, I don't know. It's so.
What?
It sounds like a movie. Like it sounds fake.
but it's a real company.
I know.
And they're researching like dark matter and what that really means, and antimatter, and I don't know. There's a lot
Anyways, let's get into Mandela, the actual.
Okay,
Mandela
so
effect.
that's what I'm saying is a lot of okay. So they have like this supercomputer at CERN. I forget the
Siri.
name of it. Siri? It's not Siri.
Alexa.
And I'll find it and like put it. Dang it! I wish I would have had it. It just popped in my brain. So
The computer did.
maybe I forget the name of it. Oh, it's so interesting. And I'm probably not going to say this correctly, and I'm just going to be spreading fake news. But from what I remember, and if I look on our website or whatever when I post this later, because I'll find it and post it. But there is a supercomputer that allegedly that's at CERN, that it was created to talk to other dimensions. That same computer to another dimension.
Dun dun dun.
Yeah. I'll have to find it. But anyway, so yes, Mandela Effect has a lot to do with the Hadron, or what's it called? The collider, and what they're doing over at CERN. Do some research. It's very interesting.
I want to now. I had no idea.
Yeah.
I thought we were just talking about Mandela effect. I'm like,
I know.
what is life?
Yeah. It was established in 1954 in Switzerland.
Y'all, Mandela effect. The name is actually Switzerland.
Oh man. Yeah. A God particle. Oh, and they also invented the World Wide Web. True story. They did.
Okay.
Okay. So let's pull up Mandela Effect. So we kind of went into detail, a little bit of detail about what the Mandela Effect is. We're going to go over some today.
Some of the big mind-blowing ones to us.
Okay.
If Lauren stops reading her text messages.
It's from Dad. Okay. So here are some Mandela Effects. I wish I would have created some that you don't already know.
That could have blown my mind.
Yeah. Like, okay, number one is...
I mean, these... Okay, what?
Oh, you already know. So the Snow White one. So we're going to ask you guys. We're going to give you 5 seconds to
I'll
answer.
tell you what I remember.
Okay. So Snow White, what does the evil queen say? Does she say... Or what does she say when she says...
Mirror, mirror on the wall.
Yeah.
Who's the fairest of them all?
Yeah. So that's when she looks into the mirror. There's a movie with Julia Roberts in it called Mirror,
Mirror.
Yeah.
Because that's how they remembered it.
Yeah. It's actually Magic Mirror.
Dun, dun, dun.
Magic
Every time.
Mirror on
But
the
like that
wall.
doesn't even sound right. Magic mirror on the wall. Who's like magic mirror?
Let's see if
That
I
doesn't even... If you remember Magic Mirror, please comment below because who does? No one.
Yeah. Let's see if I can do a real quick.
Soundbite.
Yeah. Oh, there's an ad. Oh, I freaking
Oh my
hate
gosh.
these
I was
ads.
like, what is that? It's in my ears and it's, oh my gosh. So
It's an ad.
weird.
Okay, let's see. There it is.
There it is. You went back too far.
Slave in the magic mirror, come from the farthest space.
Okay.
Through wind,
What wouldst thou know, my queen?
magic mirror on the wall. Who is the fairest one of all?
Like maybe the name, what, like I can remember that part where she's like magic mirror, this is the magic mirror or whatever.
Yeah.
But when she speaks to it,
It's mirror,
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 mirror.
like Mary, Mary.
why would you say, like, get the shackles off your feet so I can dance?
I just want to crazy.
I just want to crazy. No, but why would you say Mira?
Miro. Mamo. Mamo
You
says Miro.
said mirror, Mira.
Mirror, mirror on the wall.
Who's the fairest?
Okay, so
of
that's a
them
big
all?
one. Mirror, mirror.
Snow White.
And we have video proof of that, obviously.
This
not
one blew
video
my
proof.
mind today. Is
The mirror, mirror one.
No, I need that one.
Okay. So is it Sex and the City or Sex in the City?
I remember it. I never watched it
Me neither.
until recently. I started watching it actually, but I don't like it that much. But I remember Sex in the City.
Me too.
Yeah.
I remember it Sex in the City.
In the City, yeah.
And it in this reality, in this dimension,
That we're in now.
it's Sex and the City. To me, Sex in the City makes more sense
Yes.
as a title.
Sex and the City. Like, what?
No, yeah, it's stupid. Okay, so this is the one. This next one is the one that freaked me out the most. So I started getting into Mandela Effect about 3 years ago. I'd say maybe
more.
4 years ago, because this just like absolutely destroyed me. It did,
Wrecked.
like it did. I was like shook, like I just could not like function. Like this is what got me obsessed with the Mandela
Okay.
Effect. So when we were little, we would watch Berenstain Bears,
Oh, yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
And so I remember it being spelled Berenstein.
Yeah.
Berenstain, like
Steen.
ST,
Like stain. Like
yeah, like Steen. Berenstain Bears. That's how you would say it. Berenstain Bears. STEIN.
Berenstain Bears. Yeah.
So I remember the books being read to me. I never really watched the TV show, like kind of.
I think Alec and I did.
But I remember having the books read to me as a little kid, and that's how I remember seeing their name. And anyway, so for those of you who remember Berenstein, that's the Berenstain Bears that I remember, but it's actually Berenstain Bears. Berenstein.
There's just no way.
That's what's so weird is like stain, like you got a stain on your shirt.
Yeah. And in the video we were watching, the lady was like, yeah, it's named after a family. And they're like, no, our names have always been Berenstain.
Yeah.
Have they?
No, it's like an old, like they created the Berenstain Bears.
No, what I'm saying is like, has their name always been Berenstain?
Look, and this even says this topic abruptly reached critical mass when the blah 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 went viral. So the Berenstain thing, that's what made
People freak
out and like made it the Mandela Effect go viral. So I don't know that
Because I've seen like it photoshopped back to STEI or whatever with the E instead of the A.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, that looks normal. But when you see the A, you're like,
that doesn't look right.
that's not right.
Yeah.
It's not.
It doesn't. And
But
so,
same with the Sex and the City thing. Like when you look at it, it looks wrong, Sex and the City.
yeah. So, I mean, I did a lot of like in-depth rabbit hole stuff with Berenstain Bears. I just took a deep dive on Reddit because I was like, what is happening? But there's somebody on Reddit, which obviously you can't really.
It's not like a
There's
viable
people
source,
on the internet, but he was like, I remember having to write Berenstain Bears over and over and over again as like a punishment or something. Like, I don't remember. Like writing a sentence
because
about
it's like a
them.
long word.
I think he had to write like a sentence.
Okay.
And that was one of the sentences he had to write. And he was like, I remember it STEIN because I had to write it for 100 like lines. You know what I mean? He's like, you cannot convince me that it was stain.
Yeah.
STAIN.
I
know.
like. I don't not. I believe that it has changed.
Yeah.
I don't know why it's changed, but I believe that it has changed.
The Lord has changed it.
Okay.
I don't know. It's very, very weird. That was the big one. For those of you who haven't heard of the Mandela Effect or thought about it or whatever, that's typically the one that like gets people.
Because they're like, what?
I know. Go look it up. If you remember Berenstain Bears, STEIN, give this video a thumbs up or give us a review. If you don't, give us a thumbs down. And Berenstain, STEIN.
Don't give us a thumbs down.
Or comment or whatever you want to do. All right.
What? Did you delete them all?
Oh, God.
Oh my gosh, you literally deleted them all.
Undo. I did delete them, but I had
Oh my God.
Okay. Here's another one. This is from Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood.
Yeah, you asked me this today. You're like, what's the song? And I said,
It's a
beautiful day in the neighborhood. I don't know the rest of the words though. See,
Yeah.
and that makes you think like maybe I just forgot.
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. A beautiful day with a neighbor. Would you be mine? Would you be mine? So it's
Would you be my neighbor?
yeah. So it's a beautiful day in this neighborhood. See, but here's the thing. Okay.
That's hard to do. It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood.
So here's the thing about the in this. So I remember being in choir when I was younger.
And this is harder to sing. Yeah.
Well, no, they would always say bring the S to the next word.
Oh, yeah.
So it's a beautiful day in this neighborhood.
Yeah,
Neighborhood. So I feel like I would remember having to say sneighbor.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, obviously we wouldn't sing it in choir, but I'm saying like I would remember like
This neighborhood.
like I feel like as kids you'd be like sneighborhood. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood. But like
Yeah.
I don't know. The neighborhood.
And you think the person that would write it would be like, oh, the neighborhood sounds
it does sound better. It's a
maybe
beautiful
we're
day
just
in
singing it the neighborhood because it sounds better.
Maybe. So whoever wrote it is just
Stupid.
oh. Here's another song one.
Which one?
So you know the 12 Days of Christmas.
Oh, we sing it every year in our
Yeah.
family.
Yeah.
Every year. We all have our own parts.
Yeah. So this is for the Cardenas Hernandez Ortiz group. We've been singing it wrong this whole time. So you would say, on the first day of Christmas, my true love gave to me.
Papo.
Papo, a partridge in a pear tree. But it's actually, on the first day of Christmas, my true love sent to me. Sent.
That hurt me.
Sorry.
But do you think it's just different versions? Say gave and sent?
I don't know.
I'm going to say gave. I'm going to
Yeah.
keep saying gave.
Right, but I feel like all this time. Yeah. So songs one.
I know it. Next year, Dad's going to start singing sent. And we're all going to be singing gave. And Dad's going to say sent. And our family sing along.
Oh my God. Actually, I remember when we first talked about Berenstain Bears, Mom remembers Stain.
AIN.
Yeah. And we're
No
like, Mom,
way.
you're from a different universe.
Actually, I remember talking about it. And a lot of things she remembers.
We're in a different universe.
Or maybe she just has a better memory than all of us.
Or she's just in a different universe from a different universe. Okay. So I'll give the singing ones a misheard lyric.
Okay.
That's not really a Mandela effect because there's a Taylor Swift song where people say,
Starbucks
Yeah.
something.
what's the Starbucks one?
It's like,
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking
Yeah.
of.
or she says,
I got a...
ex-lovers. I don't know.
The next lovers.
Yeah. She's
Got a long list of ex-lovers.
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And it's like, got a long list Starbucks lovers.
Okay. I'll give the singing
Maybe
one.
I thought it was like, got along with Starbucks lovers.
Got along with Starbucks lovers.
Because I get along with Starbucks lovers.
So we'll give those just a misheard lyric versus like a
Mandela effect.
Okay, here's another one. Okay, I never was into Pokemon.
I was. Alec and I had binders. We literally had binders that like you would collect them.
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't even know what I did with that because it's probably worth some moolah.
Well-
I can visually, like, we're in the kitchen. We're on the kitchen table at the Fort Clinton house and doing our binders and
Really?
trading cards. Yeah.
Well, so did the Pokemon one freak you or the
Pikachu. Yeah. Pikachu.
So
I found that one out today. I was like, wait, this is what Pikachu looks like.
Pikachu. So do you remember?
They say now, okay, I remember Pikachu had the yellow tail with the black part on the end of it.
I remember that too.
And you weren't even into Pokemon.
No, and Pikachu actually does not have a black tail. It's just a
It's
full
just
yellow
yellow.
tail.
I'm sure that one like messed Alec up too.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right, another one. This is okay. So these two are for the Star Wars people. So when Luke is mad at or he's like hanging from the thing or whatever,
When he's told the truth.
about his parentage, spoilers.
Like 40 years
I know. What does Darth Vader say to Luke to reveal?
I am your father. Sounds like I'm
Has
snoring.
really bad asthma or something.
It's wrong.
Luke, I have bad asthma. Do you have a Zyrtec?
I need my inhaler. It's really bad.
Sorry, Trent, when you're editing this later. But yeah, no, he did not say, Luke, I am your father. Does that freak you guys out? Because it freaked me out. He says, no.
I am your father.
And he goes, no.
Okay, see, and that's when it goes into script writing. Like,
Yeah.
why would you say, no, I am your father? No, like, that's too many no's.
Yeah.
Like, it sounds better to say, Luke, I am your father. No, you know.
Yeah. Hang on.
I don't know. I don't know why they would do that.
No, I am your father. No. Okay, so James Earl Jones, even in an interview, he said that when he was in this, he's the voice of Darth Vader. He even says in an interview that when he was first reading the script, that he was amazed when he saw
That he was the father.
Yeah, he would. But James Earl Jones says, I was just so amazed when I saw Luke, I am your father. So he even says, Luke, I am your father
Yeah.
during the interview when he's talking about it. Isn't that crazy?
Mandela.
But I even remember our cousin Serge having toys that one of them would be Darth Vader.
Saying
And it's
Luke.
saying, yeah, it would say like little things. It would say, impressive. Most impressive, but you are not a Jedi yet. He would say that, and then he would also say, Luke,
Yeah.
I am your father. Toys would say,
Yeah.
Luke, I am your father.
I wonder if he still has that toy. What if he still has that toy and he pulled it and it says, no, I am your father?
Yeah.
Would you freak out?
I would freak out.
freak.
Anyway, so that's a big Star Wars one. Another Star Wars one is everyone remembers C-3PO being all gold. And he actually has his right leg is actually silver. One of his legs.
I wanna ask a real Star Wars. Like I wanna ask Evan tonight. Like, how do you remember C-3PO?
Okay, but here's the thing though, is I sent Dad a video because I was watching Star Wars one day, and this freaked me out. This is what's really weird.
Okay.
So, and I don't know if I even have that video still, but we were watching Star Wars, or I think it was the fourth episode or fifth one. But they were walking on like Tatooine or whatever, and his leg was changing from silver to gold. No joke. Like going, and I said, Dad, there's a
Glitch in the Matrix?
Glitch in the Matrix. It keeps, I can't decide if it wants black or gold or silver.
Whoa.
It was really weird. I mean, it could be the reflection, but still, it looked like it was going back from gold to silver.
Yeah.
So that's another one.
Like that one didn't get fully changed.
Yeah.
That you were watching.
You're right. Okay, so this one messed me up today.
Which one was it?
My baloney has a first name, it's O-A-C-A-R. My baloney has a second name, it's M-E-Y-E-R.
Mm-hmm.
It's not M-E-Y-E-R. It's M-A-Y-E-R. Like John.
Mayer.
My baloney has a first name, it's
J-O-H-N.
My baloney has a second name, it's M-A-Y-E-R.
So wouldn't it be Oscar Mayer?
Yeah.
Yeah. They're wrong. You're wrong, Oscar Mayer. Sorry.
I remember M-E-Y-E-R.
Now you're all messed up.
I know. Now it's freaking me out.
That one's weird. I remember singing that all the time because Alex's middle name is Oscar.
Yeah.
Baloney has a first name.
Those are the only Mandela Effects that I thought were really crazy. There are other ones.
I want to know if they know any more. And if y'all do, I would like y'all to comment below.
There are other ones. It's like, I'll just pull them up really quick on my computer. Hold that.
But I want to know what you're trying to say.
Ow.
Sorry. Tell me. You said there are other ones
Other ones that like are logos. So like Ford. Have you seen the Ford logo?
No, let me see.
Okay. So the Ford logo, the F has this little like pigtail thing.
What?
See?
That's always been there?
That's always been there. That's a Mandela effect.
Whoa.
I know, right? So the F on Ford, like when you do the scratch through or whatever, there's a little like pigtail looking thing. And I don't remember it looking like that growing up.
No.
See, Alyssa doesn't remember.
But maybe
that?
I've never looked closely.
Okay, how about Volkswagen? So typically I remember the Volkswagen be that little, there's a V and a W. I remember it being one whole thing.
One
V and
V.
the W and then a W.
Yeah.
But now there's a space separating the V and the W.
And they didn't just change their logo?
No. They say it's always been like that.
Again, maybe I didn't look that closely.
Look. Mandela Effect.
Oh, they have it on as Mandela Effect.
Yeah. What's another one off the top of my head? Interview with a Vampire.
What is that?
It's a movie.
Never seen it, so I wouldn't know.
So a lot of people remember its Interview with a Vampire, and that it was it had Brad Pitt in it and Tom Cruise. But the title isn't Interview with the Vampire. It's Interview with the Vampire.
Never
So
seen it.
When we were in Colorado, I guess it was 2 years ago, we were like talking about Mandela Effects with like Abe and Trent, and we asked the waitress like, is it Interview with a Vampire or Interview with a Vampire? And she was like, that's my favorite movie. I have it at home. It's Interview with a Vampire. And we were like, no, it's Interview with the Vampire. And she was like, no, it's not. And I was like, yeah, it is. And it freaked her out. She's like, and I was like, I know you can't tell us, obviously, because we're going to go home and never see you again because we don't live in Colorado. But you're going to freak out and look at the Mandela Effect when you get home because it's Interview with the Vampire.
Okay, Mandela, thanks for ruining our lives.
No. Yeah, so like if there's any other Mandela Effects that you guys know or are interesting, or
Are you liking your new phone?
I do love my new phone. But this is one of my favorite conspiracy theories. I think especially because
When are we going to have our unofficial official?
probably in a couple weeks.
Get ready, people.
I know for unofficial.
It's going to get
official.
weird. I'm going to sit here and not know what to say.
All right. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share. Thank you for having our alter egos.
Egos.
Our alternative
Our other dimension versions of us.
that are men
And that love us.
and that we're married to. And Alyssa made a baby with.
April Fool.
April Fools! Like, subscribe.
And there's someone in the